YouTube. Today on Special Talks, I will be talking about the Doctor Who Regenerations, the new Who. So we're talking about from the ninth Doctor up to the 13th. This video came about, I was basically in my car and I was watching the 12th. I didn't have anything to do, so I got on the phone, got on YouTube, which people do, so as you do, check out the channel. And I thought, let me watch the 12th Regeneration. Then after I watched it, I realised I must have watched that thing 50 times already. So I was thinking, let's make a video talking about all the new regenerations and see if people like it. A bit of background on myself. I started from the 9th Doctor, and then I did watch the TV movie, the Paul McGann one, and when I was younger, and I really thought that was fantastic. Yeah, I know, sorry about that. But I was young, you know. Super Mario Brothers was my favourite movie. Yeah, sorry about that as well. So anyway, first up, as I said, I've watched the 12th Regeneration, the 5 minutes Regeneration, about 50 times. Do other people, all Doctor Who fans there, do you constantly like re-watch the Regenerations, or am I the only one that does this? Yeah, let me know, so I don't feel like a weirdo. Let's jump right into it, and let's talk about the Regeneration. First up is Doctor number 9. So, the 9th Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. When the BBC brought Doctor Who back, they gave Christopher Eccleston the job as the Doctor, and he only lasted 1 season. There was lots of rumours about why he didn't last longer, but I won't get into that. I thought he did a fantastic job. Fantastic. I thought he did a fantastic job as the Doctor. You know, it was a good way to bring Doctor Who back to the TV and back. It's always going to be difficult to bring a classic TV show back, and I thought he did a good job. As for the Regeneration itself, it wasn't that emotional that we will see in the other Regenerations, that the later ones. It was okay, bits. It was. I think you can sum it up as short and sweet. Yeah, that's what it was. It was short and sweet. It was nice, but it didn't pack any punches. And I probably the least favourite of all the Regeneration. I know it was the first one, so it was always saying that it's going to be the first Regeneration, but we hadn't really got a connection with the Doctor after just 1 season. I like the next Doctors that follow, but it was okay, and David Tennant, who came on, showed in his 30 seconds, he showed charm, probably more charm than Eccleston showed in the whole season. I know I might be biased because I'm a big David Tennant fan, but yeah, and it was the first Regeneration, but as I said, it was short and sweet. Now, something that wasn't short and sweet, well, probably sweet, but it definitely wasn't short, was the 10th Regeneration. So David Tennant was the 10th Doctor and one of the most popular. In fact, he's even been considered one of the most popular Doctors of all time. He is my favourite Doctor, and he is so cool. But he brought a certain charm, a flair, but he also showed that he had a dark side in certain episodes. Brought in a lot of fans. So there was no doubt that his send-off was going to be big. It was big, and it was big. Had 2 full Christmas specials, Christmas and New Year specials. Not only that, they were actually, enjoyable. But not that, he had 15 minutes of Regeneration farewell. He did this whole farewell tour. He met Martha. He met Donna's dad. He met Rose Tyler. He went Captain Jack. Basically, all people who had helped him over his tenure visited them and that. So it was a Lord of the Rings style, where you say, oh, it's gonna end. No, it's another character. Oh, it's gonna end. No, it's another character. Yeah. So it was a big farewell. As for the last 5 minutes, because it's always last 5 minutes when the Regeneration. It was nice, there was the music was, and you have to, tears fall down when he says, I don't want to go. And as David Tennant was a big Doctor Who fan, you kind of feel that he didn't want to go, but he had to go. When we did interviews, he said that at a certain point he had to try and continue, or he'd be stuck playing Doctor Who forever, because he's such a fan. And you do feel it when he says, I don't want to go. Yeah. And then that, of course, smashed into Matt Smith came in. Boo! A hypergenic man-child. Boo, 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 boo. Spitting on the console of the TARDIS. There was a preview of what his doctor would be like, and it was like that. Much more emotional than Eccleston. But as I said, David Tennant had more years. Eccleston only had one season, but then, and he was one of the more popular ones. So it was a nice regeneration. I enjoyed it a lot. Well, I didn't enjoy it. I just didn't want him to go. I don't want to go. Yeah, but yeah, you can see where I'm going at. So let's move on to Matt Smith. So Matt Smith's 11th Doctor. So Matt Smith, as I said in a couple of seconds ago, he is the hyper man child, and he's brought in a lot of fans, and his adventures were good. I enjoyed them. I thought Amy Pond and Rory were one of the greatest, companions. I thought it was very, very sad when they had to leave and the Angels take Manhattan. That was tears pouring down. The bits with Clara were a bit iffy. Not iffy. She wasn't really the companion that a lot of people wanted. But he did have the 50th special. Well, obviously brought David Tennant back, which was cool. So he had a good, good couple of years. As to his regeneration episode, yeah, it was boring. It was boring. The only thing that is good about that was the last 15 minutes. Last 15 minutes when he finally gets, the extra regenerations and goes all superhero, destroying the Daleks with his powers and that. That was cool. Alright, it was completely hilarious and completely nothing that Doctor Who normally did, but this is New Who, so we changed the rules, and they changed the rules of regeneration, so let's make him a superhero, but it was entertainment. I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed Matt Smith's monologue. I like that they got Amy Pond to come back, Karen Gillan, for the final, farewell. What wasn't good was the blink and you miss it regeneration, where Capaldi shows up, boom, just, and he's there. What? Where's all the sparks flying? I think he must have used all the sparks flying, destroying the Daleks, so then it just popped out. That's my excuse for it. But yeah, Matt Smith's farewell, I liked his monologue. As I said, I liked the adventure and that. Yeah, it's probably less than Tennant's because that we got, and I think most people like that they got Amy Pond because I don't think a lot of people like Clara. Yeah, but definitely the regeneration, the sneeze and the sneeze, wasn't really that good. But so that's kind of put it down there. So let's move on to Capaldi, and the reason I made this video, as I said. So let's go for the 12th Doctor's regeneration. So I started up with this video saying that I had watched this regeneration near enough 50 times, and I had, and I have, and I probably will watch it loads and loads and loads. Let's talk about Capaldi for a minute. Now, Capaldi was a very unappreciated Doctor. It was always going to be difficult coming off Tennant and Smith, which were two of the most popular Doctors. First of all, the age. We have to talk about the age, unfortunately. I know it shouldn't be a problem, but the newer fans were used to hyper energetic sexy Doctors, and then they got Capaldi. I enjoyed it. I thought some of the episodes were okay, the writing was a bit dodgy, but he was a good Doctor. I especially like the episode where he says, "I am the man that stops the monsters," is his key Doctor Who moment, and the regeneration. Yeah, which I'm getting to. So he was a very unappreciated Doctor, and it was always going to be difficult. Add to that people were getting fed up with Moffat, as they felt that Moffat had become too big for his own, his own liking. He thought he was much better than everyone and tried to be smarter than everyone else. All this put that Capaldi's seasons were really, people didn't like it, and he popular. No wonder he wanted to leave. It was a shame because he was a lifelong Doctor Who fan. He did play, he played the Doctor well. He was quite energetic for his age. But let's bring to the regeneration. The whole point of view. The regeneration. Now I know people won't agree with this, so let me know what you think in the comments. The regeneration is perfect. I love this regeneration. I thought everything was perfect. I loved that the Doctor talking to the Doctor. You wait a minute, Doctor. I've got something to say to you. and he gives him the whole rules and all that. Never be cruel, never be cowardly. You know, I thought it was brilliant about his don't tell anyone your name. I thought it was, I just loved it, you know. And but the main thing, the thing that I probably flipped it over was the music. The music, Breaking the Wall, which is the song by Gold, has to be, in my opinion, the best music Doctor Who's ever produced. Gold produced for this new. It is perfect. I love that song so much. It got emotions and it was really, 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 really amazing. And it's just taken to, as I said, I keep watching it because it's more for the music and then for how the, you know, the whole monologue and the rules. I thought it was perfect. And it made me love Capaldi more. You know, it made me love Capaldi. The send off was so cool. Yeah, so I thought it was perfect. And then we see Jodie. Oh, brilliant! Yeah, well, that's really all we can see because we didn't see a lot of her. But I'm looking forward to what the first female Doctor will bring to the show, and I think she's gonna be cool. We'll see. I'll do a review when she finally shows up. Oh, we've seen the whole new logo and that, so it's going to be a whole change for Doctor Who. You know, it's going to be a relaunch again, and they need that after Capaldi because Capaldi's, as I said, unfortunately, it wasn't his fault, but I think people have just had enough of Moffat. They had enough of Capaldi, so we need some fresh love. So I think Jodie Cunningham is going to bring the, you know, the excitement back to Doctor Who. As for the regenerations, I said the 12 Doctors regeneration, oh, perfect for me. The music, everything, I love it. So let's put in the order. I would say that the regeneration, my favorite regenerations are 12th, 10th, 11th and then 9th. So that's my opinion. Please let me know in the comments what your favourite generations are, and as I said at the beginning of the video, please let me know if I'm the only one who watches the regenerations over and over and over. Am I just a weirdo that does this? But let me know. Anyway, so that's it for today from Special Talks. As I said, sorry for the video, it's kind of long, but I just thought it'd be nice to talk about Doctor Who regenerations. So if you like the video, please like, thank you, and subscribe. And I will see you next time, and